So where'd you go after Lincoln?
Mexico. Until I realized nobody was looking for me. I ended up taking a job at the Rurales.
The Mexican Rurales?
I was hired to help them track down the Cowboys.
The most vicious outlaw gang in Cochise County? Curly Bill Brocious, Johnny Ringo?
Led by old man Clanton himself. They must have paid you a pretty penny to take them hombres home.
Not really. But truth be told, I had my own reasons for going after those boys.
Hello and welcome everybody, this is Joseph Leovac. Just in time for our next episode of Juarez Gunslinger. Wow, I kind of screwed that one up a bit, didn't I? Oh well. I like what that says up there. Headshots usually fatal. Remember that. Anyway, in the last episode, we finished up Billy the Kid story. In this episode, we're going to be going after, I believe, Old Man Clanton and the Cowboys, and Curly Bill Brocious, and the other guy, Johnny Ringo.
The bastard you were after now riding with the Cowboys?
Roscoe Bob Bryant was his name.
Oh.
But no, this time it was a different bastard I was
Yep.
after. The aforementioned Mr.
Cacti can give you a lot of experience.
Yes, he was working for Old Man Clanton.
By the way, the plus 50, like, each of those stocks are worth 5. Each of the arms are worth 5, so... yeah. They're worth 5 alone, so maybe there's, like, some sort of combo thing going on.
Where's he going?
So I'll sit here and farm experience real quick.
I came upon them robbing a stagecoach, which wasn't surprising, being they were such murderous thieves and bastards. The bandits wore red scarves, so I knew they worked for the old man. Over there! There!
So yeah, red
I
scarves
did my
usually
best to
means...
help them, bastard.
oh, right there, last breath. Don't normally get that much, normally don't get that much experience. Where's it? Oh, there. Whoa.
Moments later, the attackers were dead, and I checked the stagecoach to see how many passengers were still breathing. None. It was then I wondered if the rocks weren't hiding more bandits. Was that all of them? Or did I just hit the rear guard? I quickly got my answer. They attacked from on high like Apaches often did.
And...
they would appear in great numbers from above and rain down lead on their hapless enemies' heads, making use of the high ground and whatever else they had. Yet the Apaches always appeared out of nowhere, and there never seemed to be an end to them.
Hold on. You were attacked by Apaches? What happened to the Cowboys?
Did I say they were Apaches? I said Clanton's Cowboys attacked me Apache style. I was in a pitched battle.
see, if you didn't notice that we were fighting Apaches there a second ago.
See, at the time,
Yeah, like I said, this
I was
game
still pretty
has a
brave
lot
to run
of
off and blunder into regrettable situations.
twists and turns that...
I just kept shooting
and
at anything I could
because of the
see
way
up
the
in
story
those damn
is told.
rocks. I didn't see Ringo, but I knew he was the cowboy. He and Roscoe Bob had done me a dreadful wrong,
There you go.
and I was determined to have my revenge.
And dodge.
But to get to Ringo, I knew I had to find my way past these other
It's actually an ability you can get later on that lets you automatically... ouch. Lets you automatically counter... there you go. Hit the back. Dodge. There Someone pointed out to me that,
Unfortunately, I was running out of ammo.
crap. It's gonna be one of those episodes, isn't it? Just kind of out of it. Oh, there we go. There we go.
He's getting away!
Yeah, we're gonna do it this time. I have a feeling. Well, never mind. I had a feeling. Now I can't feel much of anything. I think you may know it's because of our combo, our long shot gets higher. Damn. Hoping I'd be able to knock those guys out. Kill them. Wrong way. Okay, so one thing about dodging a bullet that I forgot to mention. Whenever you gotta dodge a bullet, you gotta press either A or D to move left or right, respectively. You're trying to go away from the bullet. One thing I might note is that it's very easy to look at the gun and say, okay, so the gun shooting this direction, pointing this direction, so it's gonna go this direction.
See, at the time, I was still pretty green and often blunder into regrettable situations. But I just kept shooting at anything I could see up in those damn rocks. I didn't see Ringo. I knew he was with the Cowboys. He and Roscoe Bob had done me a dreadful.
You always want to go for the
I
bullet.
was determined to have my revenge.
Gonna go up here. What do I want to get up here? You go for this one.
To get to Ringo,
And
I knew I'd have to find my way past these other assholes first. Unfortunately, I was running out of ammo.
And we're out of ammo.
Another perfect example of my relative inexperience as a hunter of men. I immediately knew that a tactical retreat was
shotgun.
called for, as my vengeful fury was much less impressive without the bullets to back it up. Finally, they managed to corner me. Trapped as I was, the odds of my survival seemed pretty slim.
And wow, this is not good.
Luckily, serendipity was on my side as I suddenly spotted a way out of my predicament.
What the? Yeah, we're taking it. Yeah, the rocks moved on their own.
I ran ahead as if the devil himself was after me. Bullets were whizzing by my ears.
I believe that's where Nugget of Truth is, by the way.
I just kept running like there was no tomorrow. Because there wouldn't be if Clanton and his men caught up with me. As I was scurrying around those caves, I thought, what was I thinking? Going up against a gang like this.
And I'm going the right way, okay. I want to make sure I didn't get turned backwards, because that is a possibility here.
Not knowing where the hell I was going.
I'll get a little bit of experience where I can. That's worth about...
And that's when something miraculous happened. Like manna from heaven, I found the desiccated remains of what looked like an Apache warrior. The old weapon next to him supplied me with some much-needed ammunition. Masterson once told me it was more important to be lucky than good, and he would know.
Okay, so now we get to fight back.
And imagine my surprise
Oh,
when
and
I found
dynamite.
a fistful of dynamite to go along with that helmet.
Okay, so to use dynamite, you just press G to fire it, and it kind of acts like grenades.
It was time to turn the table.
Except,
Time for the prey to become the predator. Time for the
you can
hunter
fire it
to
yourself.
become the hunter.
You can shoot it and...
All right, Jesus, we get it. They were right where you wanted them. That's right, Jack. I was
So,
done
yeah.
right. The old man's boys were not expecting that. No, sir. I came into
Dodge.
life laughing. It was finally time for that old man to pay for his sins.
And now we're getting ready to fight old Cranky, Cantankerous, mean as hell, Old Man Clanton.
I yelled out at the top of my lungs, Clanton, I'm coming for you!
Oh, should have ducked there.
But I knew I could not let that deter me. Not if I was to find and kill Ringo.
That's what he said before.
I needed to get that old man off that gun.
Okay, so right here we are dealing with a Gatling gun. Gatling guns, we cannot dodge. Instant kills with a Gatling gun. I don't think you can really instantly kill us. At least the chance of it instant killing us is very slim. Drop. Drop. Yeah, this part of the level can be really hard, especially for newcomers. Like newcomers to the game. Because you're not familiar with how the game plays.
Guadalupe Canyon, but it was just me.
There we go. There we go. I can actually get this. Okay, and... And we killed Old Man Clanton.
Apparently one of the Cowboys made it out of there alive. And told Ike and Billy Clanton that it wasn't a Mexican who took their father's life that day. They just assumed it was one of the Earps. And that little misunderstanding eventually led to that legendary gunfight at the OK Corral.
So yeah. That's the end of the level, and we actually... There was a nugget of truth I could have gotten. Huh. Not sure what it is. Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and end the episode off here for now. So the next episode will be dealing with the rest of the Cowboys, I believe. Curly Bill and Johnny Ringo, I think. And I believe we'll be finishing up our story with them before we start heading on to the next story. So yeah, until then, I'll see you guys later.